You're listening to KYST 89.3, The Bone. The Bone. And now time for South Tucson Youth Football. Simulcast on AM 1400, The Ground. And on South Tucson Local Access Channel 22.
Oh, man.
There we go. Whoops. All right. You are looking live at Municipal Field number 95 in downtown South Tucson University. South Tucson, Arizona. I cannot speak. It is the final game of championship week. Sam and Sons Gazebo Repair. There you see them in the red helmets, silver jerseys, and white pants returning. Going right to left on your radio dial. Taking on Captain Chuck's Adventure Taxi in the yellow and white. This is the BCC Championship, the Blue Collar Conference. The Grit Division champions, Sam and Sons Gazebo Repair, with a 7-3 overall record, 6-1 in conference, taking on Captain Chuck's Adventure Taxi, who are the champions of the Grind Division, 7-3 as well, 5-2 in conference. And that's going to be Skip Booth, 18 yards down the left-hand side for a first down for Sam and Sons. Both these teams, very strong years. Good wins on on the schedule for both of them. Sam and Sons, big wins over, actually their strength of schedule pretty weak. In fact, both these teams have pretty weak schedules. I take it back, but Captain Chuck's have a win over Twin Towers Construction. And, I got to say, the BCC uncharacteristically weak conference this year. A lot of poor performances from some of the teams that we're used to seeing do really well. Sam and Sons win over Mama Logano's is probably their best win on their schedule. They only have 2 wins over teams that have winning records. Mama Logano's they got a win over in week 2. They're 6-4, and they beat Rusty Pipe Job Plumbing in week 7, who finished 5-5. Captain Chuck's Adventure Taxi, I am not seeing a single game against a team that's over 500 until week 10, where they got a surprise win over Twin Towers Construction. So that put them in the conversation. But it's a case of, well, who'd they beat, Paul? They ain't beat nobody. And we're seeing a real test here. Twin Towers had nothing to play for, or so they thought. I'm not so sure about that anymore. And Skip Booth tackled for a loss of 2. Captain Chuck's can silence all those critics. These teams can silence their critics by winning this game and getting into if they won in the tourney, they might have to win this game. I hadn't really looked at the numbers up until now. This is getting very interesting, and Jerome McDonald catches it, turns around, breaks the plane, and scores the touchdown. The tight end with it. Sam and Sons open the scoring 2 minutes into this game. Extra point up and good. Sam and Sons take a 7-0 lead.
Number 12,
see how Captain Chucks can respond. They're going to throw it right up the middle of the field. Caught by Jimmy Zimbabwe, their tight end, for a 19-yard catch.
46-yard line. First down.
Jimmy Zimbabwe, or as his friends call him, Jimbabwe. And the BCC with that a fairly run-heavy conference. They like to use the option, but Citrus Bowl, they aired it out to Citrus Bowl, 28-yard catch. And the star wide receiver making the route down towards the right sideline. Nice leaping catch, and Captain Chucks with those big plays are handling it. I take it back. I think they're more of a pass-happy team. I think is actually the Jack battle up the middle for 11 yards and another first down. It's 1st and goal. Captain Chucks taking huge chunks out of the Salmon Sons yardage. Fakes the handoff to the one. Over there to Jack Battle. He's going to fall into the end zone for the touchdown. And Captain Chucks, like that, in under a minute, have tied this game back up. Captain Chucks with that pro-style offense, taking on Salmon Sons and their University of Southern California offensive playbook. It is very interesting to see the two of them interact. And Joel Moyer
Kickoff returns 9 yards.
stumbles, unable to they're unable to make much of the return. They'll start from their own 28-yard line. Fakes the handoff. A lot of time from Mayo. He throws it. It is caught by Juxtaposition Cooper for a 15-yard catch.
Receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, incomplete pass. From their own 42, Mayo out of the shotgun. A lot of time to throw. He's going to take off running. Saw no one downfield. Ball is stripped, and it's a fumble. It's recovered by a big boy defensive lineman. And there's a flag on the play. Could that possibly be a face mask after the fumble?
Face mask. Defense.
Yes, it is. It's on Jameel Carlton. So not only have Captain Chucks ended up with the football, they'll take it on the 7-yard line, and this game has swung in just over a minute's worth of playing time. Jack battle up the middle for 4 yards, 2nd and goal.
That brings up 2nd and goal. Makes the tackle. Gain of 2 yards. That makes it 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. They are just punching their way through this Salmon Sons defense. The defense is taking care of it, but the offense has just proven to be unstoppable so far. Douglas Birch stopped at the line just as I say it.
That brings up 4th and goal.
That's Maximum Swedenhouse, the star lineman for Salmon Sons. And they're going to go for it on 4th down. Bold play. Incomplete, but there's a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer, and Captain Chucks get a fresh set of downs on the 1-yard line. They get to try it all over again. Jack Battle doesn't need an extra try. He goes right in. Touchdown. That's Jack Battle's second. You're absolutely right. It is championship week. You can't hold anything back now.
The kick is good. Moyer back to return. Return 21 yards.
So let's see how Salmon Sons can respond. 14-7 already in the... It's only the first quarter, you guys. This is outstanding. This is some impressive football. This is the kind of stuff we like to see from the BCC. How in the world is this conference ranked last in all of South Tucson this season? I think there's... they're maybe going to have to make a statement here. Both these teams want to make a statement to the committee that they want to win and they want to be respected in... when it comes to selection, when it comes to the selection. Man left. I mean, at this point, I think you can only be worried about getting in, and that's the only way to do that is to win. I think both coaches have told their teams, you cannot rely on getting in on your merit alone. You have to just win. Do not think that way. That's Jerome McDonald getting a first down, 14 yards. And that's going to bring the end to a very exciting, action-packed first quarter. 14-7, Captain Shucks using a turnover to swing the momentum in their favor. Can Salmon Sons respond? They're on the 49-yard line, 51 yards from the end zone. Short pass up the middle. It's going to get him 5 for Marty Nobles.
Number 37 makes the tackle at the 46-yard line. That brings up 2nd and 5.
So very appropriately championship week. That's Juxtaposition Cooper with 12-yard catches. I'm checking scores around and about the college basketball world. Don't mind me on that one.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Man left. 4 down. Hey, check Mike 47. Set.
Shotgun snap, 2nd and 8. They're going downfield. Wide open catch. Marty Nobles. 29 yards. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 10. And Markeith Mayo. Look at that stat line already. 9 for 10. 95 yards, a touchdown. Just outstanding so far for Salmon Sons.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. That brings up 2nd and goal.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. Hey, check Mike 47.
Penalty flag drawn.
And a flag going to be called on that one. Rooney unable to get into the end zone, but they're going to get another shot and another set of downs to make their way into it.
Automatic first down.
And Skip Booth going to get him into the end zone. It's tied up with the extra point coming.
The extra point attempt is good.
Extra point is good.
Romero deep to return.
And what a game we are seeing so far. 3:23 to go. Tied up. Captain Chucks, their turn with the football. It has been, I don't want to say a shootout just yet, but Citrus Bowl with a 20-yard return. We are potentially on our way to a shootout in this game.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Another roughing the passer call. Whew.
Still first down.
Moyer with the tackle at the 23-yard line.
And second and one.
We ain't giving them nothing. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. There,
Ryan on the tackle. Gain of 10 on the play. First down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
And battle is stopped for a loss of 1, but Captain Chucks have already moved their way downfield very quickly.
Hodges makes the tackle.
Woo, defense,
Gain of
let's
11
go.
yards.
Let's go.
That makes it first and goal.
Got two. Got two. Hey, let's get that hole.
Touchdown.
Yeah, baby. My boy.
Pass to Jordan Davis.
Sorry about that. And a touchdown for Captain Chucks. They have taken the lead yet again. We are less than 2 minutes left in the first half, and it is 21-14. We are seeing some big scoring.
Penalty flag thrown on the play.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Check down.
Still first down.
I got tight left. Four down. Check 83, ball's going to 83. 47 Mike. Set, Texas. Ball set. Check. Alert, set.
Again, it just feels like it's been Sam and Sons Gazebo Repair needing to respond every time, and Captain Chucks have come up where it matters most.
Set.
Second and 10, Mayo out of the shotgun. Drops back to the 50-yard line and throws it. I feel like the play had to have been broken up there. That was to no one at all, and Mayo is not used to being that kind of
Hey, defense, let's go.
Number 47 brings him down. That's good for a gain of 8 yards. Fourth down.
Roger. Hey, check Mike 47. Set. Let's go, Oklahoma. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
It looks like they're going to go ahead and take this down. Flag on the play, but looks like they got the first down
Personal foul.
on 4th and 2.
Face mask.
The face mask is just going to give them a little bit extra.
first down.
This has been absolutely huge for Sam & Sons. Captain Chuck's making some big mistakes. Tackle in the backfield, loss of 2. They call their first timeout, 1:01 to go in the half.
Blue 19.
Pass falls incomplete. Number 12 was the intended receiver on the play. That brings up 3rd and 12. Booth makes the catch. Loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 13.
Blue 19. Blue 19.
So 4th and 13. Looks like they're going to go for it again.
Pull it back.
And they're going to go ahead and drain this clock. So if they don't get it, Captain Chuck's have as little time as possible. This is bold. But again, it is championship week. You can't hold anything back now. A lot of time to throw. Markeith Mayo. Caught! Not in the end zone, but enough for the first down and a flag. Face mask.
Defense.
Huge swing. 8 seconds to go. Shannon Robbins. Not only will that kid be made fun of for his name, which is being considered to be a girl's name, but also for giving up that huge play. First and goal. Sam & Sons could take this tied into the locker room for halftime. Mayo, 4 seconds. Throw off target. 2nd and goal. And man, for being 9 and 10, he is now 12 for 17. And yes, there you go. There you have it. Sam & Sons are going to kick the field goal. They'd rather take the sure points. It was missed. Did they block it? What happened? Oh, it is completely gone pear-shaped for Sam & Sons. A missed chip shot field goal. Well, let's take a quick moment to thank our sponsor of this championship game. It's a lovely establishment. It's a real jerk Jamaican chicken. You know, the guy who runs it, he's a great guy. You can go in there and you can tell him what you want, and he'll say, you know what, I don't really think that's what you want to order. I think what you really want to order is this. And he just knows. He knows. But he's very abrasive about it, but you gotta trust me, the food is fantastic. You can really taste it. You may have had what you think is Caribbean food at any other establishment, but when you see the way that this chef berates and belittles his employees and staff and other cooks, but then you see that beautiful plate delivered in front of you, you're gonna say, man, this guy's a real jerk. That's a real jerk, Jamaican chicken.
Set to return.
And we get started with the second half of our BCC championship game.
Number 12 returns the kick.
Sam & Sons Gazebo Repair looking to make their way back to the playoffs. They, of course, made it all the way to the championship game in the very first season in 2016.
Larson with the tackle. Gain of 13 on the play.
Where they lost to You Need a Clown by a score of 10-7 in that championship. You Need a Clown will be in there. Will Sam & Sons join them as well, or will it be Captain Chuck's Adventure Taxi? Captain Chuck's have yet to make it into the playoffs. In fact, I'm kind of just looking at their
That brings up second and
historical record. I think we're looking at I am almost positive that Captain Chuck's Adventure Taxi, this is by far their best performance in the 3 years of South Tucson youth football that they have been going on. That's Jonathan Hodges breaking up that pass. 3rd and 1. Serge Banks, the quarterback for Captain Chuck's, not throwing it a lot, 5 for 7 though. Captain Chuck's 7-3. This is their first winning season. And not only that, they can win a conference championship if they can hold on to this lead or extend it. And they're not going to do it on that. Oh, Serge Banks, they read that play perfectly. They saw he was going to do a direct snap, and he was going to go for the pitch play. But the tackle was too quick. And it's 4th and 5. Here comes the punt team. Skip Booth back after taking a bit of a knock and put him out of action for a few plays.
Makes it 1st and 10. Loss of 4 yards on the play. That makes it 2nd and 14.
Check, tight right. Pull out there, check the outs out there. 4 down. Hey, check it out. 10-20.
This ball's incomplete. It was the intended receiver on the play. That brings up 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14. The defense has started to show up and come alive here in the second half. Oh, a gang tackle. Oh, their bodies everywhere. Juxtaposition Cooper was swarmed. 4th and 9. A huge stop for Captain Chuck's. Salmonson's forced to punt. The punt will be taken from behind the 50, so it'll be good field position. And this is where I think the mettle will be tested of these two teams. Punt is taken from the 15. Romero gets about 5 yards. Let's see where they'll spot it. I think they'll give it to him about the 23-yard line, looks like. 24, okay. And Serge Banks, Captain Chuck's, will line up under center. Empty backfield, immediately throws to Jack Battle, who was lined up almost like a wide receiver. Gets 3 yards out of that, bit of a trick play. Interesting selection. 2nd and 7. They would have hoped for a little bit more on that one for something pulling out that kind of. That one. Battle only gets a yard there. 3rd and 6.
Gain of 7 on the play. 1st down.
Well, they get the 1st down out to the 35-yard line. 2:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Captain Chuck's handing off to Jack Battle. Again, he's going to change directions, and get 7 yards, saving that play. He has been a workhorse for this team. 55 yards so far.
The intended receiver on the play. That makes it 4th and 8.
And after that, they're held for a 4th and 8. Punting again. Captain Chuck's No points scored so far in the second half. 21-14. Minute 27 to go. Joe Moyer only gets 3 yards. He is hammered on that punt return. And he is not looking good.
That's a loss of 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 15.
We're seeing 2nd and 15 for Sam and Sons.
Oklahoma! Watch the motion, watch the motion.
Booth with the reception. Called a gain of 12 yards. 3rd down.
Four down. 47 Mike, 47 Mike, 47.
3rd and 3 for Sam and Sons. Oh, and they're going to air it out. Oh, a false sense of security juxtaposition. Cooper. All alone. End zone touchdown. Tie game with this extra point.
The extra point attempt is good. Number 12, deep to return. Romero with the return. Kickoff returns 22 yards.
"17 seconds ago in the 3rd quarter. Tie game. It comes down to just 1 quarter of play, basically.
Battle with the run.
Jack Battle, 15 yards up the middle. Huge, huge play.
10.
And 12 seconds to go.
Man left, man left. Go down. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Battled with the run. That's a gain of 1 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Watch 50, watch 50,
Called a gain of 1 yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. Pass falls incomplete. Number 88 was
4:38 to go in this game. 4th and 8, and Captain Chucks have to punt it away. The defense has come to play for both sides. Sam and Sons found their equalizer. It's 21 apiece, and they will get the football, taking it from the 15. Huge hit! Joel Moyer hit again. He is getting hammered. And Sam and Sons take it from the 22. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 6.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
This is getting interesting. The seconds tick away with every play, every snap of the football. One score could decide it. That's a huge first down. Marty Noble's 8 yards. 1st and 10. 4:05 and ticking.
Who takes the catch? Gain of 5 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 5.
47 Mike, 47 Mike, Mike 47.
Set. 10-19.
Big sack. Markeith Mayo down for a loss of 9 by Eureka. That big defensive player on Captain Chuck's. 3rd and 13. And they hit him again. Oh, where was the coverage? That time it's Marquise McGuire. Believe it or not, that's not a name we came up with. 3 of them were ready to tackle Markeith Mayo. Where was the defense on that play? And they're going to have to punt from all the way back in their own 5. There's the snap, the punt. It's a line drive of a punt. It's going to maybe clear their own 40, but they just gave Captain Chuck's a very short field. 36 yards from the end zone. Captain Chuck's. There's Serge Banks hanging off to Jack Battle. He's going to lower his head. Get 10 yards, but they'll mark it just short of the first down marker. It's 2nd and inches. And the clock will tick. I think Captain Chuck's might be taking their time a little bit. Or perhaps not. Up the middle to Jack Battle, 6 yards, tackled. 1st down, 2:47 on the clock. We are watching the Blue Collar Conference Championship game. This is the last of our 6 conference championships. Battle tackled for a loss of 1. Could not make that turn right and go downfield. And they read that. The defense read that play very well. Clock continues to tick. 2nd and 11, tie game. This is the BCC Championship. The winner will earn a spot in the playoffs. So far, they will be joined by the other 5 conference champions who have punched tickets. That is the Marmalade Shack, Flappy Pappy's Pancake Shanty, You Need a Clown, the Wandering Lush Irish Pub, and from our earlier game, Pawn Shop of the Nazarene. Flag on the play, incomplete pass.
Personal foul.
Roughing the passer is going to give Captain Chuck's great field position. Down to the 11 and a fresh set of downs with 2:16 to go. That is a crucial error on the part of Sam and Sons. 2:16 to go, 11 yards from the end zone, and a tie game with a spot in the playoffs on the line. Again, the 6 teams, the 5 teams that I've just mentioned, that is Grant rushing up the middle for no gain. 2:05 and ticking. No timeouts have been used. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Samson's might be thinking to use them pretty soon. Gonna hand it off to Grant. Loss of 3 by Grant. Marcellus Shale. Not a name we've been saying a lot in this game, with a huge crucial tackle. 3rd and 13. Clock will run down to 1:21. And, huge play and a huge flag on the play. We'll find out what it is.
Personal foul. Face mask.
A face mask. Sam and Sons commit a penalty that basically gives a fresh set of downs. It is 1st and goal for Captain Chuck's. What could have been held to a field goal potentially ends up giving them a chance to get a touchdown and take even more time off the clock. Oh, it's the easiest of lob passes. Jimmy Zimbabwe, 2 yards and a touchdown. Captain Chucks take the lead.
The kick is good.
And Zimbabwe with the go-ahead touchdown. The extra point is good, and Captain Chucks will kick it off. Oh, it's bobbled, but brought in. And Joel Moyer, he's been through enough already. Oh, takes it up to like the 35. No one's willing to help him up. That poor kid. Minute 10 to go, 70 seconds. Sam and Sons need a touchdown to force overtime. They have to go basically the length of the field. Jerome McDonald with a 13-yard catch. First down, 1:06 to go. Clock will start yet again when the ball is placed at the new spot. So on first down, and Moyer is out for the rest of the game. Strained his Achilles. I feel like he strained a lot of different things. There's, oh, a big hit! Jerome McDonald, 12-yard catch. Pays for it. They call their first timeout. 51 seconds to go. They're down to the 41. Sam and Sons making a big last-second drive to tie this up. That's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Captain Chucks trying to fire up their fans. The last auto bid on the line. The last auto bid on the line in the tournament.
Number 56 takes him down behind the line. That is a loss of 1 yard on the play.
Just like that. Just like that.
That makes it 3rd and 11.
It is 3rd and 11. Markeith Mayo from the shotgun formation like he's been doing all game. A lot of time to throw. He's going to air it out downfield. It's overthrown, but there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Oh, well, the penalties go both ways. Robin Oliver called for roughing the passer. It's 1st and 10. 36 seconds to go. Sam and Sons have 1 timeout left. Captain Chucks have all 3 of their timeouts. The ball is on the 28-yard line. 36 seconds to go. Mayo. Shotgun. No, he's under center this time. Quick pass to juxtaposition Cooper. Enough for the first down. 12 yards. 32 seconds to go. They go hurry up. Once the ball is spotted, the clock will start again. We're down to 30 seconds. Can they get the touchdown to tie this game up? Mayo's going to take off running. He is brought down. 2nd and 6. They opt not to call their last timeout. They spike the football. 3rd and 6. It is all down to this. Captain Chucks still with all 3 timeouts. They're keeping the defense on the field. Mayo under center. Dropping back. And he is brought down. Sacked for a loss of 7. The clock will continue to run. It's 4th and 13. This is it. The last play of the game. It has to be. Catch is made, but it's not. Oh, he gets out of bounds. It's a turnover. And just like that, Captain Chuck's Adventure Taxi are going to be playing in the South Tucson Youth Football Playoffs. They're going to be playing for a championship. They will be your winners, finishing off the season 8-3. A huge, huge improvement. Their first ever winning season. Their first, and they get a conference championship on top of that. Captain Chuck's Adventure Taxi, Jack Battle, you better believe he's the player of the game. And that is it for us. So we'll run down the teams again. The Marmalade Shack are your big small business conference champions. You Need a Clown won the CSC. The Wandering Lush Irish Pub won the Foreign Legion. Flappy Pappy's Pancake Shanty won the Gluttony League. Pawn Shop on the Nazarene won the American Freedoms Conference. You saw that earlier. And Captain Chuck's Adventure Taxi are the BCC champions. Those are your automatic bids into the 12-team tournament postseason play. We will find out who those other 6 will be in the selection show. Stay tuned to YouTube. Stay tuned to Twitter as we announce that. We'll see you soon. Next time we'll see you for South Tucson. will be starting the playoffs. Until then, my name is Brian Hughes. So long, Arizona.